Hello, and welcome to today's discussion about MOOCs and ITripleE's place in this new and exciting new world. I'm Steve Welch with the ITripleE Educational Activities Department staff, and I'll be giving you a brief overview of some of the work that we're doing here and throughout ITripleE in creating a new world of engineering education. So, in this discussion, we're going to start by defining MOOCs and discussing ITripleE's new venture in creating them. We'll then talk briefly about how to get started with an ITripleE MOOC and some best practices to help you make sure that you're creating quality that will engage your audience and be truly successful. And after that, we're going to learn where you can get more help in creating and publishing your MOOC, both within ITripleE and outside ITripleE. So what's a MOOC anyway? Well, M-O-O-C, the M stands for massive. And by massive, we're looking at enrollments that may be anywhere from 20 to 60,000 students per course offering, every time a particular course is offered, with some hot topic courses exceeding sometimes 200,000 or more enrollments. That really is 200,000. Though typically, as you may know, only about 7 to 12% of the enrollees finish the course. That is, they actually do everything in the course and complete it satisfactorily. The O is open, meaning typically courses are offered for free. They're open to the world and anybody can sign up, and you can see that's also why that maybe completion rates may be low. There's a very low wall to get into to enroll. You can enroll however your level of interest is. There are freemium options offered to kind of help support that, and we'll talk more about that later, but like certificates, there are some courses that you can charge for, but we'll talk about that more a little bit later. The second O is online, which is pretty obvious. They are offered through providers online such as edX or Coursera, which are the kind of the two biggest ones, in a web-based platform, and they're available around the world 24 hours a day. And the C is just for course, which you may already have an idea what you believe a course is, and even what a MOOC course is. But I'll tell you right now that we really are expanding the notion of what that means, how we're defining a course. So a course now can be the typical 8 to 12 week semester-long course, which has been what MOOCs have been doing the last couple of years. But we are branching out into different areas where a MOOC could be as short as 30 minutes, it could be as long as a year, it could be self-study, or it could be instructor-led, or kind of anything in between. The definition of course is really up to your organization to define how you want to best present the material that you are presenting. Okay. So what's ITripleE doing in this space? Well, ITripleE Educational Activities has been talking with a couple of different MOOC providers about how ITripleE can be a provider in this space, can be a leader in this space. We've been talking about creating a partnership, and we're expected to announce a deal shortly for where we're going to go forward with a centralized platform. And why are we doing this? Well, basically, there are a lot of organizations within ITripleE who have been working to develop their own MOOCs. Several OUs, there are MOOCs that are being developed here within educational activities, and it seems clear that this is an area of growth for the organization. And right now, all these different groups are kind of off on their own, trying to develop the MOOC on their own, but also trying to find a place to publish it on their own. So in the spirit of one ITripleE, Educational Activities is kind of stepping up and trying to find what's the best solution for ITripleE as a whole. And that best solution being to maximize the impact, the students that we're able to reach, the effect of the education that we do, to minimize the overall effort, try not to have multiple organizations doing the same things and doing the same setup costs and all that kind of thing. So maximize our investment and look as well for revenue opportunities to help support this program going forward. So that's that's our educational activities role in this as we go forward. Now, why is this, continuing to answer the question of why ITripleE, why MOOCs? And it's simply that MOOCs are already a part of the daily continuing education of the ITripleE community. You can see from these charts, earlier this year we did a survey of ITripleE higher grade membership, asking them where they're getting their continuing education and who's the leader in continuing education. I've highlighted here in red the answers to these two questions where people are citing Coursera, where 8.1% of them actually said that Coursera is the leader in continuing education in their field, and another 1.5% said edX. These are the two largest MOOC providers. And these two providers didn't exist 2.5 years ago, and now are being considered leaders by the ITripleE community. You can also see that a great deal of our users have done some of their recent continuing professional education with either Coursera or edX. And on top of that, there's this figure from this other study from Technavio that's projecting that MOOCs will grow by 56%, almost 57% every year for the next several years. Sky's the limit right now. So this is really an area that ITripleE should be involved in.